So in this story, I'm going to tell you how I almost rode from China to Slovenia with bike as a punishment for not making the time limit on a stage 4 in Hainan 2023. We have just finished crawl race. It was October 1st when we finished. I think it was 6th stage. Next day evening, we were already flying to China for Tour de Hainan. 2 full days of travel, barely any sleep, and we arrived at the hotel at like 2 to 3 a.m. I wake up, open the window and go to the balcony, and it was 33 degrees outside, and I love heat. The problem here was the humidity was out the roof. Like, I felt like I was coughing water out of my lungs. Then breakfast. I come down, I'm like, surely we're in China, we're gonna eat some rice, right? Bro, there were only fries, sausages, and oily noodles. The best thing I found was some sweet bread, which I ate with jam. I was like, cool, at least I found something, until I realized next hotel wasn't any different, and the next one wasn't any different. So I just had to stick with that meal for whole 7 days. And our masseur just goes, oh, maybe we should bring the rice cooker next year. Yeah, sure. I'm looking forward to it, really. Stage 2 was the longest one, 215 kilometers. I think it's still my longest ride ever. Everyone was saying that this day is gonna rain. And apparently in China, Europeans shouldn't drink water because the water has some bacteria in it, and if you drink it, it's almost certain you'll have diarrhea. So there was this Aussie guy. At the start, he started reciting a poem. It went something like, 100 riders took flight in China, all geared for the fight. But rain hit the bunch and bacteria punched. Next day, only 20 upright. Just before that climb, it starts pouring. You know how those rainfalls are in rainforests? You have a short burst and then it's sun again. That's exactly how it was. I was like, no way I get this bacteria. I'm gonna finish this tour. I don't care. I didn't travel to freaking China, 8,000 kilometers from home, to just finish stage 2 and then don't start the next day because of some bacteria. So I just sprinted to the front of the bunch and just rode on the wind until like the start of the climb, and then the climb went pretty fast. We just smashed through it, and on the other side it was dry again. Then there was this 4th stage, which started at the same place we finished. We started back on this climb, which was about 7 to 8 kilometers long, averaging at 5 to 6%. And after that, there were 2 more climbs, first category. I was already cooked from last 3 stages. We started with a nice pace. I was like, alright, let's go like this until the top. But then they start riding pretty hard, and the group starts to stretch, and the guys start dropping. So I'm telling myself to stay calm, don't panic, pace it, and I'll basically catch someone later. I'll make the cut, I'll finish the stage. My DS comes right next to me and he just goes, go, you have to survive, with the bunch. otherwise you won't make the cut today. And I'm like, it's fine, I'll handle it. There's plenty of guys behind. He just looks at me like I'm f***ing around, like I'm just not giving it all. He goes, if you don't make the cut today, you're going home with your bike. Hainan is an island, so you can't just ride on the sea. But I was like, this guy's crazy enough to make it happen. So I was just like, whatever. Let's enjoy the stage and see. I found a few guys who drove back. We just got together on descent, which was quite long. And then we caught another group, and on another climb we caught another group, and then 20 kilometers to the finish, we finally caught quite a big group, like 15-20 riders. And the whole time, the whole stage we were riding, I was thinking, you guys have no idea what's happening to me if we don't make the cut today. We were quite a big bunch, about 35 riders. When we were closing to the finish, I was like, damn, I don't know, should I attack, should I sprint? Because I don't even know. It might be in the matter of seconds if I make this cut. So I better utilize every single second to be able to finish. That's what my thought was. But then I was like, no man, I'm not a fool. I'm not gonna sprint gruppetto because that's just what fools do. I could roll in 16 minutes later and still be fine. So I made the cut this day and didn't have to ride from China to Slovenia. I just guess I'm an actual gruppetto meister.